now 10:12. What's that? Oh, there's our a second. I'm checking off all that. Okay. The time is now 10:12 a.m. on Thursday, March 7th, 2024. And I'd like to call this Mayor's Golf Classic Funds Committee meeting to order. Land acknowledgement. The town of Aurora acknowledges that the Anishinaabe lands on which we live and work are the traditional and treaty territory of the Chippewas of Georgina Island, as well as many other nations whose presence here continues to this day. As the closest First Nation community to Aurora, we recognize the special relationship the Chippewas have with the lands and waters of this territory. They are the water protectors and environmental stewards of these lands. And as a municipality, we join them in these responsibilities. We further acknowledge that Aurora is part of the treaty lands of the Mississaugas and Chippewas, recognized through Treaty Number 13, as well as the Williams Treaties of 1923. A shared understanding of how the rich cultural heritage that has existed for centuries and how our collective past brought us to where we are today will help us walk together into a better future. Approval of the agenda. So may I have a motion to approve the revised agenda as is circulated by Legislative Services? Moved by Abe, seconded by Shaheen. Thank you. I'll call the vote. All in favor? None opposed? Carries. Are there any declarations of pecuniary, I will get this right at some point, pecuniary interest? Any declarations? I see none. Thank you. And the minute meetings of the Mayor's Golf Classic Funds Committee meeting of February 2nd, 2024. So you should have received that in your package. May I have the motion to receive the meeting minutes of February 2nd, 2024? Shaheen, seconder. Dan, any questions or comments on the minutes? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? And that carries. Delegations, we have no delegations. So as you're aware, we do have multiple submissions. So each matter is dealt with separately. Request a motion to put the item on the floor for discussion and then the confirmation of the committee's direction before calling the vote. So we do have multiple ones, and all but one has a representative on the line. So first, we're going to deal with the application from the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame regarding the mental health in sport, breaking the stigma initiative. So may I have a mover and then a seconder to put the motion on the floor for discussion? Mover, Dan, seconder, Abe. So the application is in front of you. The Aurora Sports Hall of Fame was not able to bring somebody online. So basically they're asking also for a $5,000 donation. Have you had a chance to read through the material? I only had a couple questions, Mike, that maybe you may know about. I read it a couple of times and I didn't see if they were speaking about a conference or like a one-off event. So I don't know.
I believe it's an ongoing program. I've heard Javid, the president of the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame, speak about this before, and I think it's something that they do ongoing. It's a newer thing, but something that they plan to continue throughout the year. So not just a program or a conference, something it's going to continuously happen in the community.
Perfect. So, we did have it moved and seconded, correct?
Yes, we do.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't keep track. So the point is that the Aurora Sports Hall of Fame regarding the mental health in sport, breaking the stigma initiative to be received, and that the committee provide direction to either grant the funding request, deny the funding request, or defer. So does the committee have any other questions other than the one I just brought up? No? Our comments of any sort? So if there's no further comments, I'll call for the vote. Are we all in favor of granting the funds? Any opposed? That carries. So you'll let them know that.
Yes, I certainly will. And next is Big Brothers Big Sisters, and I'm going to invite Jenna Lee in.
Hi, Jenna Lee. I just saw that you've come on. Do you wanna, thank you, Jenna. Thank you, Jenna Lee, for being here. You'll need to unmute yourself when we ask for any questions. So this is the application from Big Brothers Big Sisters Appeal York regarding mentoring programs within Aurora. May I have a mover and a seconder to put the motion on the floor for discussion? A mover, Shaheen, seconder, Dan? Okay, so that the application from Big Brothers and Big Sisters Appeal York regarding the mentoring program within Aurora to be received, and that the committee again will provide direction to granting the funding request, denying the funding request, or deferring consideration of the funding request to a future meeting. So we do have Jenna Lee Bryan on the line. Do we have any committee questions or comments regarding the grant request? So it's a mentorship program. Yeah. Did I hear somebody? Jenna Lee, is there anything specifically that you want to highlight? I do have the letter in front of me, so I understand that it will be for Aurora specific. You're looking at 8 adults that you'll be finding within the Aurora area to provide the mentoring. And that you have had, that you're looking at serving about 25 youth. Is this a new initiative? Am I missing something here that suggests that, or is it something that has been ongoing?
No, it's to help support the programs and mentoring relationships that we already hold within Aurora. So Aurora is one of the largest per capita areas that we serve within York Region. However, our volunteers is actually only about 10% that come from Aurora for York Region. So the money would help us to not only continue the programs that we currently are running, but also help us with some promotion to try and engage more mentors and volunteers from Aurora to help with continue those programs.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if there are no further questions or comments, I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody else. Then we'll take a vote. So all in favor? Okay, and none opposed, so that carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for your patience for waiting as well.
Thank
So
you for having me.
the town will reach out to you.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
All right.
next up is Easter
The
Seals
Easter Seal.
Foundation. And we have Charlene and Andrea.
Okay, so they're already in?
Yes, just coming in now.
Okay. Oh, they're coming in now. Perfect. Thank you, Charlene and Andrea, for your patience. My name is Angela, and I'm just going to conduct the business.
Charlene and Andrea.
Yeah, Charlene and Andrea. There they are. Okay, so they're already in?
Yes.
Yep, they're in. Okay. Oh, they're coming in now. Perfect. Yep, there's Charlene, and Andrea's just there at the side. Hi, Charlene and Andrea. Charlene and Andrea, for your patience. My name is Angela, and I'm just going to conduct the business.
Charlene and Andrea.
Yeah, Charlene and
Looks
Andrea,
like-
they are.
If-
Okay,
if
so
the-
they're
if-
already in? Yep,
If
they're in.
Charlene and Andrea could just
Oh, they're
mute
coming in
their
now.
YouTube,
Perfect. Yep, there's
they're
Charlene and
watching the meeting on the
Andrea's,
side.
they're at the side. Hi, Charlene and Andrea. Charlene and Andrea, for your patience. My name is Angela, and I'm just going to conduct the business.
Charlene and Andrea.
So that's weird. We had like a little recording going on there. What was that?
So it's when people are watching the YouTube video and then they come into it, we get the double. It happens all the time to us. So we know exactly what's happening there. So it's just once you're in, you could just leave the YouTube video. It would be my best exit of the YouTube video would be my best recommendation.
Okay, well, that was something new. Okay, so we now have, I'm skipping, an application from Easter Seals Ontario regarding equipment funding program. And first I want to have a mover and a seconder to put the item on the floor. So the mover from our committee, Abe, and the seconder, Dan. And this is an application from Easter Seals Ontario regarding equipment funding to be received. And of course, our role is to be a committee to provide direction to grant the funding request, deny the funding request, or defer to consideration of the funding request to a future meeting. So does the committee have any questions or comments for both Charlene or Andrea in regards to the proposal? And Charlene and Andrea, do you have anything you'd like to share in addition to what we have in front of us?
I think one of the most important things, and thank you all for taking the time to read our application and to hear our story about our Easter Seal kids and their families. You know, this is a time when people are finally starting to understand how important accessibility is in people's communities and to people's families. And we have Easter Seal kids that are in your communities that are waiting to have walkers and wheelchairs just to be able to get around your community, just to be able to get to the libraries, to get to schools, to get to swimming programs. So for us at Easter Seals, the word equipment, it's one word, but for us, it's independence, it's dignity, it's freedom, it's being able to be part of your family. So equipment just sounds like it's so small, but yet it's so big because our families in your communities don't function without the equipment. So us being able to be a part of your golf tournament that day, even though everybody's having golf and having a lot of fun, that day you're truly changing a life because some child or youth in your community is going to be getting the equipment that they need to make a difference and be a part of your community. They're not going to be in your skating rinks playing sledge hockey. They're not going to be in your pools without the equipment to get there. And accessibility is something that we're all really having to take a secondary look at.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you for that. I mean, just as I know we're going to move forward on this, but my role with the or for the MS Society for all my years I was there, equipment is a number one piece for our clients. And Easter Seals definitely supported our clients through our children's camps that
Yes.
Many years back. So
And
thank
we
you
are 102 years old. We are 100.
Yeah,
That's
right.
how long the need has been going on. We're not new, right? We've been looking after kids forever, and our camps are a big part of it, but our kids can't even get to camp without the
That's right.
equipment to get
Without
them
the
there.
equipment. Okay, so do the committees have any other comments or questions for Andrea or Charlene? No? Okay, so here we go. If there's no other comments or further questions, I'll call for a vote. All in favor? I see 4 hands, so no opposed, so that carries. Thank you, Charlene and Andrea, and the town staff will be reaching out to you very shortly, and thank you for your patience online as well.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All
Right.
right.
Moving right along.
We are
Abuse
just moving
hurts.
right along.
And we have
Andrea, you
Helena.
can sign out if you wish. Okay. There we go.
So
The next one.
yes, Helena from Abuse Hurts is coming in now.
Yes. There she is. Hi, Helena. It's Angela. How are you? Thank you for your patience for waiting online there. So we now have the application from Canadian Centre for Abuse Awareness, Abuse Hurts, regarding the Delivering Hope program. May I have a mover and a seconder to put the item on the floor for discussion? So it's moved by Shaheen and seconded by Abe. Thank you. So we are going to discuss the application from Canadian Centre for Abuse Awareness, Abuse Hurts, regarding the Delivering Hope program to be received, and that the committee provide direction to either grant the funding request, deny the funding request, or defer consideration of the funding request to a future meeting. Does the committee have any questions or comments in relation to the application? We do have Helena online as well to answer any questions or comments. Okay, well, I have a comment. So my comment is, as I work here at the Salvation Army, and definitely Abuse Hurts is a favored partner, a great team player when it comes to the needs of our clients, and has definitely supported many of our clients through their Delivering Hope program. So I appreciate them from that perspective. But Helena, is there anything you'd like to say and share in addition to what you have prepared for us?
Not really. I've just, it's our flagship program, and we serve like up to 10,000 people a year, and most of them are in the York region and Aurora, Newmarket, and we work with 100 agencies and do like how we help you but it's because it's such a big program, it always requires a lot of funding, and we want to continue helping a lot of people. The demand is always going up.
Thank you. All right, so does the committee have any other questions now that Helena has spoken? If not, we will call for a vote. So all in favor? So, sorry, Shaheen, there we go. Were you saying something, Shaheen? No. Okay, all in favor, and so therefore there's no opposed, and so that carries. So thank you, and Helena, the team will be in touch with you in relation to the grant.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being on. Alrighty, bye. And now the
Right.
chats.
Yes, on the chats, and Mona from chats will be coming on.
Mona from chats. I like Mona from chats. I like them all, just like them all.
It's true. All great people.
Hey, Mona. I see you've come on. So Mona, I have committee members here, so that's just, I think you're trying to get your face on in a second.
There.
There you go. You're coming? Your camera's not on yet.
There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you are. Hey, Mona, nice to see
Hi,
you.
how are you?
Fine, thanks. So we
screen
now have an
time.
application from Chats Community and Home Support to
Hi.
seniors regarding the transportation program. So may I have a mover and a seconder first to put the item on the floor from discussion? So who, Shaheen will move, and seconder is Dan. Thank you. So we're going to, that the application from Chats Community and Home Support to Seniors Transportation Program be received, and that the committee provide direction to grant the funding request, deny the funding request, or defer consideration of the funding request to a future meeting. So based on the material that you received, is there any comments or questions for Mona? Mona, is there anything you'd like to share in addition to your application?
No, just that you know that this is our most popular program, and so many people in Aurora are requiring it. So other than that, it's just the seniors, I guess, are getting more and more in Aurora. So it is one of our most popular programs.
Right, and it's quite an expense. Okay, so the application is in front of us. So I asked if the committee would, if there's no further questions or comments, I'll call for the vote. So all in favor of granting the request? Any opposed? Nope, because that's all four of us. And so that carries. So Mona, you will get to follow up with the team from the town. And thank you so much for your patience waiting online, but also for your application.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And lastly, we have Joanne from Hill House Hospice.
Okay. Just waiting for Jill to come on. Is it Joanne, actually? I think it's Joanne.
Yes, but she just disappeared.
Oh, Joanne.
She's been in the waiting room for a while, so hopefully she'll be able to reconnect. Just joining again now.
Thank you. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Joanne.
Hi there. Apologies for that technical connection here.
No worries. You've been waiting for a while, so we appreciate that very much.
Thanks for having me. I just wanted to also introduce our executive director from Hill House Hospice, Michelle Hambley, is also joining me today.
Hi, welcome,
having
Michelle.
us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we've received we've received an application from Hill House Hospice regarding the Walk for Compassionate Care. May I have a mover and a seconder to put the item on the floor for discussion? Moved by Dan and seconded by Abe. And that the application from Hill House Hospice regarding the walk for compassionate care be received, and that the committee provide direction to grant the funding request, deny the funding request, or defer the funding request for a future meeting. So does the committee have any questions or comments for Joanne and, sorry, I just gone blank now, and Joanne and
Michelle.
Michelle? Sorry, I should have written it down because my brain is mush. Any questions for Joanne and Michelle? So it's to support your annual walk for Hill House, which is scheduled for May 26th. Okay. Do you have any last minute comments, Joanne and Michelle, that you'd like to make on the request?
I just want to thank you for your time and including us for consideration. Hill House is so much more than a house. We provide expert medical care. It is such a much needed service in the community. And I just want to let everybody know that all of our services for our residents and families are free. There's no cost to individuals. And we have no boundaries. So we work very closely with the hospitals, with other hospices in York Region to always find a place for somebody. Taking care of somebody who is dying at home is very challenging. And we're here to help caregivers and their families and give them that support at their end of life journey. So very important. And this is one of our biggest fundraisers. So your support is really greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Okay, are there any other further questions or comments? No. Okay, so I'll call for a vote. All in favor? No opposed, so that carries. So Michelle and Joanne, you will receive follow-up with the town employees. So thank you very
Thank you
much for
very
your
much. That's
application.
wonderful.
All the best. Take care.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. So I'll just let them go. There we go. All right. So informational items. We have no informational items. We don't have any new business. And we have no closed session. So I'd like to make a motion to adjourn. Moved by Shaheen and seconded by Dan. All in favor? That carries.
Thank you very much, everyone, for your time, as usual.